What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing slash first impression thoughts of my new Kansei KNP wheels. I ordered these wheels about 2 weeks ago directly from Kansei. I got them for my bag, Mark IV GTI here. Reason for getting them is I haven't seen them on a Mark IV. They kind of resemble that 5-spoke OZ Futura type look. I didn't want to spend that much on a set of wheels, so that's why I didn't get the Futuras. But I love the look of them, so that's kind of what drew me to these, and the fact that they're a mono without like the fake hardware and stuff like that to make them look like splits is why I got them. And they had a great price point. I think I got them for about $1,050 shipped, with a 10% discount from Kansei, which you can get on their website, I believe. The best way to tell about how a product's going to be from a company is the way it gets shipped to you. Now, if it gets shipped and there's no padding, no actual proper packaging going along for the shipping process, you might get worried because they just don't really care about how it gets to you. And the last thing you want is to get your brand new wheels, open them up and seeing that they're scuffed, they're nicked, they're stuff like that just because of the lack of padding. And we all know shipping companies aren't the most gentle when it comes to moving them from place to place. But we're going to open one of these up, see how they look, and kind of get our first thoughts on them. Alright, so now let's take a look at what's inside. First thing is, boxes look pretty cool, pretty bright, pretty different. You can notice on the outside that they have the label, picture of the wheel, all the specs on it. Now I did get obviously the 5x100, and the 18x9 and 18x9.5. I believe positive 35 for the 9s and positive 22 for the 9.5s. Let's see how they look inside. Alright, so as you can tell, good amount of cardboard. The wheel definitely is not moving in there. That out. You get their little, make sure you test fit before you mount tires or else you can't return them type piece of paper. Kansei sticker. I think one comes with each wheel. I don't know if that's so you can maybe put one on the spoke if people like to do that or whatever. I put one on my toolbox. Got plastic around the whole wheel. This is cool, I like this. There's a wheel cover on all the wheels, a fabric wheel cover. Just plastic to hold that in. Take the wheel cover off, and then more styrofoam. Awesome packaging. Wheel wasn't moving anywhere. Here it is. Alright, so now that we got the wheel unboxed, unpackaged, looking at it, there's no types of shipping damage or scuffs or paint imperfections or anything like that, so that's always good. I did get these in the textured bronze, as they call it. It does have a little bit of a grittiness to it. It's not perfectly smooth, but I think it's just kind of their way of a matte. It does have like a little bit of a metallic to it. I did call Kansei to see, because they do have like a gloss, charcoal, and like a silver with like the polished lip on it, which were out of stock in my specs. They said it'd be about March by the time they got them back in stock, and obviously I didn't want to wait that long. I am going to get these powder coated, so it really didn't matter. I just had to ask my powder coater if it mattered if these were the textured or whatnot. I didn't know how much they were, but these are a cool looking wheel. I really like these. They got that little lip style, but with the faces raised up about ½ an inch. They look really good. Now, the only thing that I'm not a huge fan of, and I think it was so they could cut weight, because these wheels are really light. I think they're like 22 pounds. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is in the back, there is, where it sits on the hub, is like a star pattern. So basically, you can see it's got the cutouts in here. So if you were to mount like a spacer or something like that, like I have to in the front, then you will see, you know, that part of that spacer, whether it be like just a hole, because, you know, mine are 5x100, 5x112s. You'll see that hole for the 5x112s. Or if you have the kind that like mount to your lug nut, or your the stud that comes out, and then you put a lug nut on that, and then it's got new studs coming out, you'll see that lug nut into that hole. So you will be able to see that. Again, I think it's just for the weight reduction. It's not a game ender, but that's about the only flaw I see. I mean, the only other thing I would comment is the fact that it's not completely painted inside of the holes. So if your lug nuts sit pretty deep in there, you might be able to see a little bit of that silver raw finish that's underneath it. But other than those few little downsides I see in the wheel, I think they're awesome. You know, like I said, when I get them powder coated, I'm gonna love them even more. But yeah, those are my first impressions, kind of the unboxing, seeing how they look. But I think Kansei did a really good job on these. I'm excited to run them on the Mark IV here.